you can make it in life in this thing if you follow it.
After doing it,
And the customer is yet not happy, and I'm like, wetin I go do? I go kill myself. Sometimes I just take a breather.
hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Misunderstood, where career roles are simplified and career myths demystified. If you are yet to like, subscribe, please do so. Click on the subscribe button and click on the bell so that you know whenever we post any interesting episode for you to learn from. On today's episode, we have a client relationship expert in the hospitality field. Today, with me in the studio is DebeeDee.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Debbie.
Thank you for having me here,
Thank you
Shamsi.
for coming on the show.
It's okay, it's a pleasure.
All right, so Debbie, let's meet you. Who is Debbie?
Hey, it's a lot. It's a whole lot according to my friend. Okay, first of all, my name is Deborah Yekachi Charles-Dede. First of the name, second to none.
Oh.
a.k.a. DebeeDee.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Okay. To me. Okay. One of my greatest passions, and I mean, for the longest time that she has met me is, the girl that sings, the girl that likes to talk and meet people. I do a bit of dancing. I also do a bit of like bringing people together. Anything that has to do with bringing people together, whatever it is, think about it. Just if, let's, for example, like you are looking for a particular role, or you're looking for a particular what's that word, service or something, and then you really are kind of stuck, you can always count on Debbie to like reach out to that one person to to get that one person that will get that one person to do the job. And I mean, that has been my life. I love to travel. I love to meet people, and I can comfortably say or confidently say I'm a people person. Wherever I go into, it's not like I want to be heard, because I'm already heard. I don't have to, you understand, make a statement, but it's already there. Do you understand? According to one of our ministers, they say, if it didn't they, it didn't they. So like, if it's in you, it's in you. So
Yeah.
it's just something that I don't fake. It's intrinsic, in English language. It's within, it's innate, it's not forced. It's just natural. What else? Okay, I'm pretty much, yes. I've already said I love to meet people. Yes, like one of my mentors would say that influence is for the bold. So I thrive on boldness, and I also like to find myself around people who are bold, because I mean that's one of the ways you can influence everywhere you go.
Yeah.
You understand? So I mean, that's it. Yes, I'm a graduate of Pennsylvania University, English
Shout out to
education.
BIU.
Yes, English education, and yes, it was a very beautiful experience. And then that experience has shaping me. It did not just I didn't just go to school, but the socialization process in that school was beautiful, because they also gave us platforms for us to express our talent, our giftings, and meet beautiful people. So I mean, guys, that's Debbie.
That's Debbie.
Yeah.
Guys, so Debbie and I were in children's church together.
That's true,
We're in
guys.
children's church together. So let's go straight into the business of the day. So, Debbie, can you tell us a bit about your career journey and how you got to being a client relationship expert?
Okay, like I said earlier, guys, I'm like a people person, and so from a very young age, right? But let's just say, from the best that I can remember, let me just say from the initial, the early stages of, let's say, my university, probably I would say that's where I actively started this whole, people relation, client relation kind of expertise. So I built it from then. So I joined a particular girl NGO. Shout out to Total Girl Development Initiative. So I was like the welfare / secretary like executive secretary. Yes, in that NGO. It was a volunteer. I was volunteering. It was not paid for. Yes, so would they call it non-paid volunteering or what they call it? Yes, but definitely it was. I would. This was me just volunteering to like be part of something. So part of the things I love to do too. Into humanitarian, stuff and anything. And I like to volunteer for activities or things that visions that are in line with social or human impact,
Yeah.
just to make people increase the quality of life of people.
Yeah.
That's like part of the things I do. So like this clients like human relation expertise like started from there. So I started to meet people through that NGO. Would go to like like the government house, would go to like schools, or like build relationships with like their what they call them, their teachers, the principals in physically challenged homes. We build relationships with like their those that are in charge of them. I've forgotten what they call them. Maybe their minders or people that help them there. So yes, that's basically how I solidified my relationship internally in the NGO too. I That made me also meet more people both around my school environment and like outside my school environment. So I'm like, oh, this is something that I love to do. I like to meet people and like increase their quality of life. So that if you if you do a track record, or if you do like a journey, you see that from where I met them to where they get to is quite different. Do you understand? It's always like a different ball game. There's just always progress. Do you understand? And we always want to be in that situation where our life is progressive. Someone would say that movement is not progress, that you're moving or motion is not does not mean that you're progressing. Do you understand? So but then I like to make sure that while you're moving there's progress in that
So
movement.
for you, how do you measure progress for you?
Okay, let's see. So I measure progress by first of all, that thing that you like to do, right? And then from starting small. Okay, let me put it this way. Starting small with whatever thing that God has placed in your hands, right? And making
Like scaling up.
visible progress in the eyes of people, because progress has to yes, it's internal, but it's also external, because people have to like it's just like a child. From winning, you're breastfeeding the child. From then the child begins to do pa, begins to crawl and begin to do all those things, run and all of that. So it's visible. Do you understand? So I would define progress as you starting small and making and tracking your progress, just like tracking like where you were and where you have like gotten to.
Awesome.
So I just hope he answered it.
Okay. So what's a typical day for you? Like from when you wake up, like for a client relationship expert, what's a typical day?
Okay. So personally and professional, let me put it this way. Wake up, of course, normal thing, first thing we pray. You gotta pray. Commit yourself to the hands of God. You understand? It just sets your day right. That's one. Number two, I always write what I want to do for the day. Do you understand? And in fact, there was one point that I would write out the things I want to do for the day. If there are like 10 things, like talking about progress now, how to track it. I write, let's say 5 to 10 things I want to do. If I outline it at the end of the day, right, I tick the things that I was able to do and I score myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I actually do. It kind of gave me a sense of like accountability.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because there's something called self-leadership. Why you want to lead other people, you need to lead yourself. So I like to I'll read, I watch, I say, okay, Debbie, what did you do today? It's like 5 or 10 things. Let's say I tick out, was this smashed? I smashed like 5 things for the day. I'm like, wow, I did something. I'm not happy that I did not do the 10, but at the same time, at least I was able to do 5 successfully. So tomorrow is another day. So my typical day, I outline the things that I want to do for the day. And oh my God, guys, I am a fan of affirmations and what they call it, and confessions. Do you understand? confessions. I mean, they know me as the honey badger. I would always say unwavering as the honey badger. All that I do exceeds significantly or succeed significantly. So that's my typical day. Pray, write out the things I want to do, and speaking to my lady, things like affirmations and confessions, things that I want to like happen, because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Do you understand? If there are things that you want to actually manifest in your life, you speak them forth. So that's actually like my typical day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what could make someone successful in your role as a person? What skills
Okay.
does someone need to have
Okay.
to excel in your role?
Okay, first of all, I am a natural. The things that I do, they are not faked. Do you understand? So, and the truth of the matter is that people actually navigate or would move towards people who are natural and not fake.
Yeah.
It's just it's a natural energy. So, so first of all, people are attracted to that spice, that thing. It makes it colorful. I see how that I just get to work like this, and it's natural for me. Everybody's already smiling. Oh, Debbie, 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 this, Debbie, that. So it's a bragging right, but it's not really about bragging rights. It's just something that I enjoy doing. It's already there. Do you understand? Like, it's in it. So if I walk into that environment, I make sure that people are comfortable. You understand? I cannot walk into an environment and see that my colleague has like a low countenance and I'm not asking you like
intense.
yes, like I'll be like, is everything fine? Do you understand? Hope everything is fine. And I have that gift of, whether you know me or whether you've met me before, you've not met me, like when I meet people, they begin to tell me things about themselves that I'm not your family member, I'm not your friend, but
Not your pastor.
they are just
I'm not your
comfortable. So I feel,
counselor.
exactly. So they feel there's just this air, like this positive and this, I don't know, a confiding air that they smell around me when I meet them. So whether I know you or I don't know you, it's just easy, right, for you to. So that environment, I build it. Do you understand? An environment of comfort for people.
Yeah.
So I build a natural environment of comfort for people, and then it also I also have there's something about active listening.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Active listening is a very great, in fact, pivotal thing. Is important for this client relation expertise or whatever it is. So you need to like be able to listen to respond. Listen to what's that what they say? Listen for you to be, not for you to respond for, but you're listening to people so that you can be able to like prefer, to understand and prefer solution. That's the word. So I always like pay attention and I empathize. Empathy is something that is very key. You see, active listening, empathy, because when you listen to what they have to say, with that you can be able to say, oh my god, I can just imagine what you went through. You get, with that you're already empathizing. You're empathizing, rather you are on the same page with them, and then they feel comforted with those words, and they're like, okay, someone sees me, someone understands where I am. You get, so that's basically it.
Okay, so would you say the active listening, building a comfortable environment and all that, would you say it leads to an empathy? Would you say it leads to a long-lasting relationship between you and your clients?
Yes, guys. Yes, very important. And one more thing is confidentiality.
Yeah, true.
Confidentiality. You do not want to tell someone something like that before you get to the back gate or the front gate like this. Like, the security guards have already heard what you told like the person as soon as you started your day, and you begin to wonder like, I told this thing to Debbie, so how did it leak? It can never be me. Do you understand? Like, it's like that secret is actually safe with me. If whatever it is, like, you told me, you understand, in confidence. So let's do it this way, building like a beautiful or natural a sweet air around you, empathy, what's the other word, active listening, then
yeah.
confidentiality,
Yeah.
like respecting people's privacy, like
yeah.
their information is very important. In fact, it's actually important, especially in the industry that I'm working with right now.
Hospitality, yeah.
Yes, even beyond the industry, like anywhere, it can actually
in any
happen
job,
any
exactly.
part of the world.
Yeah.
But this is important because people just want to come and have a good time, rest. Do you understand? It's just like doctors. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Just like doctors, like
Doctor-client relationship,
exactly.
doctor-patient
You
relationship,
get
yeah.
like everything stays with the doctor. Anything you tell the doctor it stays with him.
Exactly.
You know, you cannot hear it leaking outside because I mean,
That's serious.
it breaks the even if it's not even in the contract too. You
Yeah.
understand? It's not in the contract. So basically, guys, so those 4 things.
Okay.
You can make it in life in
All
this
right.
thing
So
if you follow
after
it.
doing all these 4 things,
Yeah.
and then you find a client that is dissatisfied, I'm sure you must have seen a couple of them in
Yes.
your field.
Of course.
How do you manage
we call
those
them
people?
difficult guests,
Of course, difficult
clients.
customers everywhere. So how do you manage them?
Feedback. So that thing that displeasure you are expressing is a feedback, right? So there's that cliche statement, the customers are always right. Even if like in reality some of them are not, but they would say customers are always right because I mean you need to massage their ego because yeah.
But you know
just
that
need to-
statement is like a half of the actual thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
So
the full thing?
I don't know if this is right, but it's like customers are always right when they know what they want.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Yeah, I think, but like the entire thing is
Okay.
more like they really don't know what they want. Like, at the end of the day, you're just saying they don't know what they want. Like, it's when they know what they want that they're actually right. So sometimes they don't know what they want. So what they want is like a fiction of the actual thing. So yeah.
Okay,
I'll
so customers
find
are
out.
always right. Okay, so like handling feedback. So when a customer comes to me and tells you, "Oh, this is it," even when you've done all these things, then try to do it their way.
Yeah.
So far as it's not against the conduct or the guidelines
policy,
of
yeah.
the policy of the company's policy, then do it their way. You understand? If it even goes beyond you trying to like, if economically you have to like buy something just to make sure that the customer is like satisfied, you get like it will, if it will even cost you, but moderately. It's not something that, when I mean cost you, it doesn't mean that you have to break the bank.
So it says the customer is always right in matters of taste.
Okay. Well,
Duh.
Exactly. And I would also say it's actually relative because
I know,
just
right?
imagine, like,
What's
this is
your
me.
taste?
I did all I could.
Some people have crazy taste.
Do you get
I'm telling you.
I did all I could to like make you very comfortable.
See what you mean? The fiction.
Voila!
Like,
all of a sudden, you're still not. I felt like hurt a few times. Like I had to like break my back. I had to tell my colleagues, I'm like, oh, we have to do this, we have to, and then and the customer is yet not happy, and I'm like, wetin I go do? I go kill myself. Sometimes I just take a breather. You know, there are times when I'll just allow whatever it is, you rant,
just let it happen. Yeah.
You get, just let them be. You get, but the least thing you want to do is, according to like my boss, you know, my GM, he would say that what's that word you always say? You can never win the guest, you can never win a customer, you can never win them. Now this is the context.
Human beings are insatiable.
Yes, this is the context, because the reason why I say you can never win, because you're here to serve them.
Yeah.
So you have to do all it takes to make them happy. So if you want to try to win, it's not really professional. That's the truth. Because you're here to serve them. That's why you're here. And that's why you have them. Do you understand? You're here to serve them. So if you want to try to win and all, it's not really professional or whatever, because they will match on your head, they will do stuff and all. But then at the end of the day, there are times when you don't have to always respond funnily. Do you understand? There are times when you have to just it's called emotional intelligence. That's where it comes in, guys. Emotional intelligence. You have to use your emotional intelligence because true to it, some clients or guests can make you cry. Yes.
Oh my God.
You can, yes, you can. Even if you can't, you don't even have grip over yourself, you can burst into tears like cry me a river. But then you have to hold it in. Do you understand? And make sure that just just do most of what they need you to do, so far as it's within the guideline or the policies of of your company or the organization.
So is there any difficult customer that you've been able, like, it caused a let's say it caused a lot of drama in the office and all that, but it's like with your intervention, you ended up dying down?
Okay, yeah. So the times when, let's say for example, like for every boss there's a boss. Do you understand? So as like a staff, I also have like my orgasm at the top.
Yeah.
So if I see that, oh, this is beyond me, it's not something that I can handle, I go to meet like my bosses, and then I can also like what's the word, recommend some things to them.
Okay.
Sometimes even from their initiative and as their at their experience level, they will say, okay, let's say for example they can say, okay, let's do like a complimentary, since right now I'm in the hospitality industry. They'll say, okay, let's do like a complimentary lunch for the person.
Wow.
Let's do like a complimentary fruit platter.
Wow.
Complimentary wine. Or something, just to like, there are times when, oh, like probably what they ordered to was not what they got, probably because of some miscommunication and all. There are times when, oh, they would just say, my boss would just say, okay, let's just take it out, let them not pay for it, let's give them what they want. Do you understand? So I mean, even to you, it sounds very pleasant, right?
Because
Industry,
it's more
like
if I reach in your industry.
So yeah, so it's not just like, so as a client relations expert, it applies in different like industries.
Sure,
do you understand? So right now I'm in the hospitality, but I also work in like other like spaces where I have to like interact with people, and also, so in my power, I would do everything in my power to make sure that my clients are comfortable and they get value for their money.
So let's get more personal.
Hey, okay.
What's the most challenging part of your role?
To smile when
When you don't feel like smiling. Oh Jesus.
to smile when it's not well.
Just see a client walking in, you're smiling. Welcome.
Oh my
How can I
God.
assist you today? And inside
Yes,
your mind
guys,
is like,
just plastic
okay, hurry
smiles
up
are
and
not
just leave this place.
Oh my goodness, I try my best. Okay, like times when my bosses or my GM even they get me in my feelings, they just see that I'm so angry like this about probably not when the guests are, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, my GM will just come and say, Debbie. So like your human nature would always like play out. Do you understand? That shows that you're human, but like I said, emotional intelligence is something that you gotta, you have to put it up there. Because just imagine, right, that for example, you're in your feelings, and then if a first time guest or client just walks in, they would say that the first impression is lasting impression.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And you do not have a second time to create a first impression.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
So if you have already created that first impression, like even if the guest was like wrong or something, but you had the power to like be yourself, put yourself together. Because I mean, it's a professional environment. You need to just put yourself together. I mean, after then, you're out of their faces, so you're back to your house. You understand? So anything that will make the work environment like conducive for the clients, the guests, is something that you should go for.
Yeah.
You understand? You should just bring your feelings, suppress your feelings, and have that emotional intelligence.
So how do you keep learning and staying relevant in your field?
So
I'm sure it's a competitive field.
yes, it actually is. It's competitive field. All right, so just be you. Don't try to be another person. So one thing I do not like is eye service. Now the people will say that, oh, it applies maybe in our African setting and all, that like just pretend like say
Nothing dey
but
happen.
just pretend or even try to be nice. But see, you can, they will also say fake it till you make it, but you can't. There is a level at which your pretense would end.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So first of all, be you, just be real. But when I say real, it doesn't mean like some persons who so
persons' realness is-
real does not equate nastiness, guys. So I need to put it out there because some persons be like, okay, there's something I
That's
always say
fine,
and people
see.
get us to say, be be you, no, be you for no, what's that word though? I'm trying to remember. Be you for you, boo.
Hello.
Be you for you, boo. That's what they know. You don't be you for you, boo, in a nasty way. Do you understand? So when I mean be you, I mean just be the Debbie that you are, be the Sandra that you are, be the Eric that you are, be the Wonder that you are. Just be the person that you are, right? Because you can never be. We cannot have a second Chimsy. You can, even if you have like an identical twin. Either say your twin is Chizaram or so, you guys can never be. So just be you. Do you understand? So with that, people can be able to identify your peculiarity. That's one thing. Be you. Secondly, what's the question again?
How do you keep staying relevant?
Okay, great. Thank you. I kind of. So first of all, be you. Second of all, try to study and research. Do you understand how to build customer relation for the longest of time? How to relate with your fellow colleagues. Do you understand how to just anything around your field? Just try to research. With that, you get to learn things every day, new things. Just tell yourself, okay, there are times when I tell myself, okay, I want to learn like new things, like every time, like every day. New things about my career path, new things about like my industry every day. Just set it out. Just imagine you doing that. You stand out in your career field. And also, see, there are people who are scared of making mistakes. Do you understand? There are people who are scared of making mistakes. The truth is that errors or mistakes are inevitable.
Yeah.
But what is important is recognizing your error, admitting your errors or your faults, and then making amends from then on. I've made like a very big blunder like at work. Do you understand? No, even as I'm sweet and lovely as I am, and I've made like errors in the office, but then I'm always open to learning. That's one thing. You need to be very teachable as much as for you to succeed in your industry, in career, in life generally. You need to be teachable. If you're a single out there, shout out to my single people. You need to be teachable because your partner on even the like courting or relationship level before you get married, you need to be teachable. You need to admit you're wrong and learn how to use, like they call it the three magic word, thank you, I'm sorry, please, that kind of thing. You need to be very teachable. Don't be full of yourself. Don't be stiff-necked. Don't have there's that word, don't have a mind of your own. It's good for you to be firm, there's nothing wrong with that, but do not have your mind aside. Try to be a bit flexible, just so that you can exactly
not be you go tell me what I go do.
Just be a bit flexible, just so that you can like create that lovely air around you. You understand? So
So what advice would you give to someone coming into your role, into your field? What advice?
Okay. Hi guys. Hello boy, hello girl, hello man, hello woman. The possibilities are numerous. Excuse me. So first of all, like I said earlier, I said that you should be you. You should be you can't be someone else. First of all, people need to identify and connect with who you really are. Just imagine if you want to be James, or you want to be Debbie, or you want to be Eric, or you want to be, people will begin to like, oh, this person had multiple personality
Yeah.
disorder. Do you understand? Yes, they will say you have like a multiple.
Kolo.
But exactly. But you need to be, you need to be. People need to be able to identify and connect with who you really are.
Yeah.
That's one, right? Then number two, I said it earlier, to give yourself to learning and research, be a teachable person.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And tell yourself that I want to be the best or the most excellent person in this field.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who are doing it, but no other person can do it like you. That's the truth. So you need to build like a strength of excellence, because they can bring like three client relationship experts in the room, and they can spot like three different things about them. Do you understand? So you need to be able to identify your what, like that thing that's like that drives you, to do this particular stuff that you want to do. First, be able to, so are you this person that you want to make sure that people are comfortable around you, or you want to make sure that people can be able to track like a progress story when they meet you. Do you understand? From this to this. So it's just beyond like the professional space. You can meet that client at the professional level, but then beyond the professional four walls, you can actually be of immense help to that person's family.
Yeah.
Like they can be in like that danger, and then you will be the one to like help them.
Yeah.
So be able to know that thing that makes you stand out as a client relation person. Like for me, I've come to realize that it's easy for me to click with people and like build like a natural around them, and then for me it's easy for them to open up to me, to like tell me stuff without me asking them. Do you understand? So know your words, right? And well, those are like the three things that I can say, that would make you stand out. Please give yourself to research too. Always research. Yeah.
All right. So for you, what's your definition of great hospitality? Like you say, this hospitality was top notch, perfect, everything went all right. For you, in your field, how do you define great hospitality?
Okay, so I'll define great hospitality as leaving the best impression for a first time client or guest. Giving the best first impression. Well, yes. So see, the environment, the world, you need to create a beautiful and welcoming environment for them to feel that warmth.
Okay.
That's what I define as hospitality. They need to feel highly welcome. If they do not feel that thing when they leave the doors of that place, then I don't think you give them good hospitality.
Actually, I agree with you, because like for that first impression, if they have a good first impression of you, any other time they come across you and then they have a bad let's say
Bad experience
with you, your first impression can just calm them down.
Yes.
They'll be like, oh, this was not how she was in the first place, or this was not how this guy was. Maybe he's having a bad day. Actually helps them.
They will speak for you.
Exactly. They'll make excuses for whatever it is. So I agree with you.
Just to add to that, like they would say, my boss, they would say when they were teaching us, they're like, if somebody who you give like a good first impression would tell 10 people, but someone who you give a bad first impression will tell 150
everybody
people. Because
anybody that cares
when they say that like bad news sells more than like good news, that kind of thing. So like if you give someone like a bad first impression, they will tell a million people. In fact, if they can even set up a podcast because they're so hurt.
But the ones you call in, share your bad.
I'm telling you,
share your bad experience.
And guess what?
With this person. They will
get, and they will get some people who probably had like not so good experience. But then,
all right. So
what it is.
Our final question.
Okay.
The misunderstood $1 million question. So we want you to debunk the myths around your career. So, like people know this career is like this, career is like this. So, what are the myths about your career that you like to debunk? Let's go.
Client relationship expertise, the myths. What are the things that people have what's the word, probably misunderstood or thought that
You branded your role with this kind of thing, but
it's not the truth.
Yeah.
I would say, well, for people who have like a negative mindset, they feel like you are trying to be nice to people to get something. Do you understand? Like to get some akanjawa from them. Guess what? Being a great client relation expert comes with these things. Like they call it follow come.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But there are people who, although there are just a few, these are people who do not really understand the professionality of this role. They would want to use it to like get things from people. But let me demystify it. No, we don't try to like use this role to get what we want. Try to even maybe go dirty or go down the road. Probably there are people who actually sell their bodies for certain things. That's the truth. But no, over here, no, that's actually not what it is. When you're good at your job, you're good at it. Do you understand? People are always drawn to good things. So there's no rocket science around it. When you're good at your job, you'd always attract like good people and people of substance. Yeah.
Substance.
Yes, in all way, not just this one, but in every way.
All right.
Yes.
So, thank you, Debbie, for coming.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
It's been a beautiful
episode.
Yeah, a learning episode.
Yes.
Also, so guys, if you have not liked, if you have not shared, please do that now. Click on the subscribe button. Click on the like button and please share,
guys. Share. Please share.
Thank you for being Abby. Thank you for being on this episode, and thank you, Debbie, for coming.
Thanks for having me, Chimsy. I really appreciate it.
Chimsy.com.
All right, see you guys on the next episode of Misunderstood. Bye. Bye.